And welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new here, and just welcome. My name is Rusty, and this is my channel where I talk about my favorite music, mostly metal, and my favorite movies, mostly horror. Switched it around that time for you, give you a little change up. So, I'm going to do a little collection video. I want to shout out to Shudder for being so very good about releasing their stuff on physical media. No, I'm not subscribed to you, Shudder, and I never will be. I don't do streaming services and what they've done to the community. I did used to have Netflix. Then they kept raising the price, and then 50 other streaming services started up, and everybody's fighting over the rights, and this comes and this goes, and it's just ridiculous. And what it's doing to the industry, I won't. Besides, as you're fixing to see, you make a lot more money off of me selling me your physical media than you do from any subscription you could get from me. I do have a little issue with you. Why you put your stuff out on DVD so reasonably and then charge such a huge amount for your Blu-rays is, I don't really understand that. I mean, if so many people buy your DVDs, which they do, can't you do a decent print run and sell your Blu-rays at a reasonable price? But, hey, I still appreciate very much what you do. Unlike scumbags like Hulu and Netflix and all of them who never release anything. You know, people like me, you're not going to get anything by doing that. You may refuse to release, which you have. You refuse to release Barbarian on Blu-ray. That's okay. All right. I mean, if that's the way you want it. I just went and downloaded a HD, 4K HD version for free. The file sitting on my movie disc. So you're not making any money off of me by trying to force me to subscribe to you. I'm not going to. Same with you. You don't want to release Prey, one of the most popular hits of this year or last year. Same with Barbarian. You refuse to release it. That's fine. I do the same thing. I'll just go get a copy. I'll just go download an HD copy file. 3 or 4 gigs. Put it on a disc. Put it on one of my hard drives. My movie hard drive. And there you go. That's up to you. So, unlike you, we have Shudder. I love Shudder Originals and Exclusives, and I enjoy collecting them, which I do, and so we're going to go through my Shudder collection so far. I'm always picking them up here and there. So we're going to start off with Anything for Jackson. Slipcase, Anything for Jackson. 2020, a bereaved Satanist couple kidnap a pregnant woman so they can use an ancient spell book to put their dead grandson's spirit into her unborn child, but end up summoning more than they bargained for. I was looking for this for a while. Had to pay a pretty penny for it, but I got it for my collection. Anything for Jackson. Anything for physical. And now that brings us to 2019's The Furies. A Shudder exclusive. A woman is kidnapped and finds herself an unwilling participant at a deadly game where women are hunted by masked men. Sounds like she's going to get even. Sounds like that maybe The Final Girl. That's the wrong place. Those go over here. Okay. That brings us to 2022's Christmas Bloody Christmas. Yeah. Terminator Santa is what I've heard it's called. Got it in the slipcase. I would much rather have the Blu-ray, but it's weird. They want $10 for the DVD and like $30 for the Blu-ray. It doesn't make any sense, but I can uncheck it. Christmas Bloody Christmas. It's Christmas Eve and Tori just wants to get drunk and party. But when a robotic Santa Claus at a nearby store toy goes haywire, toy store goes haywire and begins a rampant killing spree throughout her small town, she's forced into battle for survival. I've heard a lot of reviews. A lot of people like it. I think I will. That goes there. See, I've got March update over here. 2 of them. April, 2 of them. We have 2020's 32 Malasana Street. A family moving to a new house to live the dream of the big city, a house where the dreams turn into nightmares. I think it's a Spanish movie from Spain. So we have 32 Malasana Street. Yes. That goes there. Now these are from past. 2017's Terrified. I'm going to tell you straight up. Okay? This scared the shit out of me. You want to say, you know what I mean? I don't know about you, but if you've seen this, Terrified it terrified me. When strange events occur in a neighborhood in Buenos Aires, a doctor specializing in the paranormal, her colleague, and an ex-police officer decide to investigate further. Let me tell you, I wasn't kidding. This movie scared the absolute shit out of me. 2017's Terrified. Boar, 2017. I guess this is supposed to be like their version of Razorback. In the harsh yet beautiful Australian outback lives a beast, an animal of staggering size with a ruthless, driving need for blood and destruction. It cares for none, defends its territory with brutal force, and kills with a raw, animalistic savagery unlike any have seen before. I got it with the slipcase. 2017, a Shudder exclusive, Boar. We have 2019's The Room. Matt and Kate buy an isolated house. While moving, they discover a strange room that grants them an unlimited number of material wishes. But since Kate has had 2 miscarriages, what they long for the most is a child. And boy howdy, the child they get, right? 2019's The Room. Fantastic movie. Bringing us to 2017's Beelzebub. After a personal tragedy, a police detective investigates a school massacre committed by a student and another massacre. Are the 3 tragedies linked to demon possession? I don't know. Are they? Slipcase. Shudder's Beelzebub. 2017. In 2019, we have Z Wants to Play. A family finds themselves terrorized by their 8-year-old son's imaginary friend, 'cause Z just wants to play. A Shudder original. Yes. That's 2019's Z. Here we have 2017's Ruin Me. Alexandra reluctantly tags along for a slasher sleepout, an extreme event that is a part camping trip, part haunted house, and part escape room. But when the fun turns deadly, Alex has to play the game if she wants to make it out alive. I really, really, really enjoyed this one. 2017's Ruin Me. Yes. And now we have 2018's The Marshes. Deep in a remote marshland, 3 young biologists conduct research. But when they encounter evil, science ends and survival begins. the Marshes from 2018. 2018's The Night Shifter. The night shift Stenio, the night shifter of a morgue, has the ability to communicate with the cadavers that are brought to him every night. Talk about sleeping, what is that? Sitting up with the dead, conversations with the dead. Isn't that a Buffy episode? Conversations with the dead. I love that episode. But there you go. 2018's The Night Shifter, a Shudder exclusive. One of my favorite and most underrated little zombie movies. Well, no. Hold on. No, we can do that. Favorite underrated little zombie movies? The pages were switched. Don't Grow Up. I bought this DVD and I loved it so much that I paid the price to get the Blu-ray. The story about a group of youths who can't face the thought of growing up because anyone who does becomes a rampaging zombie. I really loved it. I had the DVD and upgraded it to Blu-ray. So this is like only one of 2 Shudder Blu-rays that I have because they're so fucking expensive. But the DVDs are so reasonable. Well, do what you can. Don't Grow Up from 2015. Absolutely love that movie. It's one of my favorite little zombie movies. There's a scene in it that, it's where the guy in the house, he's sitting there. When he sits down, this girl got really hurt really bad. And he's sitting there beside her. She's on the couch and they're upstairs. The other kids are upstairs and he's like watching over her. Well, when he first sits down, he hasn't turned. But he starts turning. But the only visible... the scene is so horrifying to me. And it's because of just the look on his face. I mean, he's a great little actor because you can start to tell that something's wrong with him because he looks a certain way. And then his facial expression becomes, and it's like he did it with his eyes. It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, oh no, no. I don't know what you're doing, dude. I mean, you haven't moved, because he doesn't move or anything. He's just sitting there staring at her. But his whole face changes in some weird way. And his eyes change. And he's just Manson lamps. You know what they call them eyes? Manson lamps. He just goes from not having them to having Manson lamps. And it just like sends shivers all up and down me. It scared the fuck out of me. It was really good. I like that scene. And here we have the last one. The Boy Behind the Door from 2020. After Bobby and his best friend Kevin are kidnapped and taken to a strange house in the middle of nowhere, Bobby manages to escape, but then he hears Kevin scream for help and realizes he can't leave his friend behind. So he goes back in to battle the killer. And, The Boy Behind the Door, slipcase, Blu-ray. Yes, I'll have to do a video on a lot of these. But that is it. That is my Shudder collection so far. Do you collect Shudder films? Or any little, like a certain studio or anything like that? I also want to do a collection video on Magnet. Magnet is a little independent film production studio. And I really like a lot of their stuff. And I noticed when I was going through my collection, I was like, oh, there's a Magnet. And there's a Magnet. It's kind of like Shudder, except they're a streaming service and Magnet is a production company. But I just kind of noticed that I had all of these Magnet movies made by that production company. And I'm like, I really like Magnet films. They do some good work. And so I'll probably try to do a collection video on my Magnet movies. because a lot of them are really great. So thank you very much for stopping in to these little quickie videos, and let me know if you collect Shudder, if you have some, if you've seen any of these, and what you think about them. And I will see you in the next little thing that I do. Shark Week #2. Shark Week 2 is coming up, along with Found Footage Week after that. And I will see you in them. Love you, miss you. Bye-bye. See you on the other side. Always remember, never forget, you are a very, very special person. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Again and again. Love you, miss you, bye.